On average, 1 in 8 men will experience depression in their lives, and 1 in 5 will experience anxiety. Blokes make up 7 out of the 9 suicides in Australia every day. The number of men who die every year by suicide is nearly double the national road toll. In this series, we'd like to highlight how cars and depression often goes hand in hand. This is Tyres and Turmoil. So this is a new series. This is a series that isn't so much focusing on cars or four-wheel drives or building stuff or anything like that. It's focusing on how doing those things has changed your, not so much changed your life, but changed how you see things, how you deal with things. We call it Tyres and Turmoil because there is a lot of depression, anxiety, mental health issues that underlie the car community as a whole, not just in four-wheel drives. Like, I've got friends in drifting that have dealt with the same sort of problems. So this series is going to be sort of exposing and bringing to light some of those issues. It's not about making fun of anyone or making anyone feel uncomfortable. This is people telling their story. This is going to be me telling my story because I've dealt with it too. So in this series, we'll go through that. I've got a few friends that we're going to film with just to start. Look, if who knows, we might be able to take it a little bit further, but yeah, so it's going to have some car footage in it, but it's going to be mostly talking. So if you're okay with that, follow along. Beyond this first video, it will be the first video that comes out after this will be me talking because basically we're in lockdown. I can't go and interview anyone else. And I don't really want to do it over Zoom or Skype or FaceTime or anything like that because it's so impersonal and this is such a personal, sensitive topic for not only the people I'm interviewing, but for myself as well after going through a lot of things, a lot of mental health problems, can still to this day going through them. So it'll be for the first little while, at least until the country sort of settles down. It may be a little bit sporadic, but I guess we'll just see what happens. So yeah, follow along from this point. Hopefully we can do good things with it. Basically, all I'm wanting to do with this series is bring to light just a little bit of the underlying mental health dramas that can often go with cars, the car scene, all that sort of stuff. So anyway, thank you. So as I said in the last little video, this is going to be a series on my journey, other people's journeys. Like, I don't want to focus on mine. I want to focus on everyone else's. But right now, because we're in lockdown, looks like I'm up to the bat first. So I won't get into the car stuff too much. You will get clips here and there of cars and what, just to give some context and bits and pieces. But I may as well just jump straight into it. I've been into cars for my entire life, for as long as I can remember. And they've always made me really happy. I've always been able to feel a sense of accomplishment getting something done. And it's always been such a huge creative outlet for me. When I noticed myself starting to decline mentally, it was 4 or 5 years ago. I'd gone through a breakup. I I I just didn't want to work on my car anymore. I didn't want to drive it. I just didn't want to do anything. I didn't even want to look at it. But because it was my daily driver, I had to. And at the end of the day, I'm really glad that I had to, because if I hadn't, I would have just I would have sunk lower and lower and lower. So over the sort of 6 to 8 months following that moment in my life, I was gradually getting myself back onto track. I I was happy again. I was working on my car again. I was sort of making videos sporadically, but I was just going out and enjoying myself. Then over the following maybe 12 months, I noticed myself starting to decline again. Um, and this is going to be a reoccurring thing, the ups and downs with me, with a lot of people, because anyone that's dealt with it can vouch for when you have depression. It is a roller coaster. It's not, you're always just sad. You're up and you're down. You're all over the shop. Like, I can go for 3 or 4 months where I'm happy. I'm so happy. Everything's great. Everything's fine and dandy. And then, even if things are still going really well in my actual life, it doesn't take anything. But all of a sudden, I've mentally declined again, and it's quite rapid for me. I can go from happy and laughing and, being the happiest bloke in the room, to crying and suicidal thoughts within an hour, if that. Like, it doesn't take much. There's no rhyme or reason for why it happens either for me, but that's just part of mental health. Even now, in the last 6 months, my mental health has been horrible. There's some things that have happened in my personal life that have helped contribute to that. Those things that have happened in my personal life, I take full responsibility for, and I take the full blame for that as well. And now I'm having to deal with that. And as I mentioned previously, we are in a lockdown at the moment due to COVID-19. And at the start of that lockdown, I was feeling great. I was running, like going for runs every day. I was working on the Hilux, which you guys saw in all the videos that were posted out during lockdown. I got so much work done, and then about 3 weeks into lockdown, it started. So, camera just died. About 3 weeks into lockdown, I started going downhill, and quite rapidly. I didn't want to work on the Hilux anymore. I didn't want to do anything. I was uncomfortable in my own skin. I was really unhappy, and I didn't want to do anything. I was struggling. They extended the lockdown, which was really hard for me to kind of deal with. I know, there's a lot of people out there that have been dealing with longer lockdowns than Canberra has, but even still, just that isolation for me personally was just such a struggle. I did get the call eventually that we'd be going back to work. And then the next day, the day after I got that call was the first day of spring, and I have never felt so just free and happy. But for me, it just didn't last. The mental health side of it came back within a couple of days. The depression came back within a few days. I went back to work, and yeah, I've been doing my best, but it's been difficult for me.
So, yeah, it has been really difficult for me lately.
And I know it's been difficult for a lot of people, and I'm not trying to just whinge and bitch about my own situation, but this is this video. Next video is someone else. So for now, my goal with this series is to get a little bit of my message out there, but mostly to get the bigger picture brought to light. In Australia, we're all really blokey, and no one ever likes to ask for help. Like, it's, I know we all find it quite difficult to ask for help. Me especially. I hate it. I fucking hate it. But there does come a time where it's either you ask for help or you perish. I got to that point recently. I was in a really bad way. It was late at night. I was sitting at home. I was sitting alone, like I am every night. And I just didn't want to keep going. I wanted it to end. I wanted that pain to go away. And I took the biggest step that I've ever taken. I jumped on the net, got Beyond Blue's number, and I called them. And I spoke through what I was going through with them. And as hard as it is to talk about, like, it's so hard to talk about, and most people, we just never admit it. Yeah, I spoke to them. I spoke through it with them. They helped me a lot. They were quite concerned with a few answers. So the following day, I had a couple of people from the health department show up at the house. And we've now worked out a plan, a mental health plan, because I did have one previously, but it just didn't work. Just wasn't working, and that's okay. You can go through 2 or 3 different mental health plans. You can go through 1,000 different antidepressants until you find the right one. But you do get there, and I feel like after having that conversation with them, I'm not there yet. I'm not going to admit that. I'm not going to say that I'm feeling better just like that. I'm not. It's just not how it is. But I feel just a little bit more hopeful for the future and my future now. And yeah, like, depression is a long road. It's not a quick and easy fix. There is no quick and easy fix to it. It's a long process of finding what works for you personally, because everyone is different. The things I go through to make myself feel better are not going to be the same as old mate up the road doing it for himself. So as much as I am definitely not cured, absolutely not, I am feeling just that tiny bit more hopeful and slightly better about where I'm at. I've had friends reach out, and to their credit, it's been one of the best things ever. Having my friends be so close and so caring has helped me more than they'll ever realize. A couple of those boys have saved my life a good couple of times, and they don't know it. I hate admitting it. I don't like admitting that I was at that point, that I ever got to that point, but it happened. Yeah. So the one thing that I want to get across is check on your fucking mates. Fucking call them, talk to them, go over to their house, walk over with a 6-pack and say, hey dude, let's sit down. Let's just hang out. Let's not work on cars for the afternoon. Let's just sit down, look at them, and fucking talk shit for a bit. Let your mates open up. Ask them how they're doing. Don't just go, how's it going? Go, mate, how have you been? And like, is everything all right? Are you okay? Yeah, just talk to your mates. I know it sounds fucking corny, but that conversation can save a life. It really can, and I know that. So this video's now starting to run a bit long. So I think what I might do is I'll cut it there. And maybe in a little while, after we've done some more shit on the Hilux and interviewed some other people about this same topic, maybe in a little while we can check back in with me and I can just give you an update. I won't make it a 15-minute video or however long this has turned into. We'll just check in. Yeah. So I think that's where I'll call it. I'm pretty happy with that, and I hopefully this sort of video continues and it helps even just one person. It might not have to help someone with depression. It might help a bloke whose mate's got depression and he doesn't know what the fuck to do or how to help. So, yeah. Let's just stick together. We're all mates here. Even if we don't know each other, we're all mates here. Thanks, guys.